Hey guys, how you doing? It's Lance. It's actually still Tuesday afternoon. I had a moment and a thought that came to my head as it's been raining all day. And one of the things that I've missed almost immediately as we've been stuck at home and separate from each other is the gift of worshiping together. Worship is not something that comes natural to me. It might be because I can't play an instrument and I can't even carry a tune. But it's now been I guess coming up on 2 weeks where I haven't been to church and been able to worship in the presence of other people. And so I wanted to just offer you guys some thoughts around worship, and with the hopes that maybe today you would experience worship in a bigger way than potentially you have thus far as we've kind of been separated. And so what I want to do is just point you guys to some Psalms that have been popular since the Bible's been written. Some of you have probably heard of this, but it's the Song of Ascent. It's Psalms 120 through 134. And a couple cool things about them is they're all very short. I think the longest one is 18 verses, and a lot of them are 3, 4, 5 verses. And these psalms are believed to be the most popular psalms that are used when people would pilgrimage to Israel, when they would come to Jerusalem. They kind of represent this longing to be with the Lord, whether it was the different festivals that Jerusalem would host or just the idea of being in Jerusalem. And so these psalms will be familiar to most of you. They have a lot of popular verses. I was reading through them again because it took me 15 minutes to read through the whole thing. But one of the common in a couple of the verses is the idea of lifting my eyes up, and just that idea of lifting your eyes up to the Lord and kind of focusing on Him. Psalm 127 says, "Unless the Lord builds the house, those who build it labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the watchman stays awake in vain." Probably heard that. You're also probably familiar with Psalm 130. "I wait for the Lord, my soul waits, and in His word I hope." My soul waits for the Lord. More than watchmen for the morning, more than watchmen for the morning. All of these psalms are just filled with rich verses, verses that are kind of easy to digest and easy to absorb, and they really do promote a sense of worship. And so, I don't know what it could look like for you guys, but maybe as you're studying or doing other things, maybe you work your way through the songs of ascent. Again, as they're so short. And maybe it allows you to have a sense of worship throughout the day. That today, again, is a more powerful opportunity to worship than maybe it's been thus far. Hey, I'll leave you with Psalm 131, which says, "Lord, my heart is not lifted up. My eyes are not raised too high. I do not occupy my thoughts about things that are too great or too marvelous for me. I have calmed and quieted my soul. I am weaned like a child with its mother. Weaned like a child is my soul within me." O Israel, O Tri-County Young Life, hope in the Lord, today and forevermore. Guys, I pray that we will worship today as we long to worship together.